What's up guys, it's Mike for Sim Racing 604, and today I'm going to be talking to you about road cars in rFactor 2. So rFactor 2 primarily focuses on racing cars, GT cars, F1 cars, things like that, and they do a really good job of it, but I also think they do a really fantastic job with road cars, and I think it's a tremendously underutilized part of sim racing, if I'm being honest, is the road cars in rFactor 2. The reason I say that is because I was fortunate enough to drive a Ferrari on a little mini track day last year, and I remember rushing home and getting back on my sim rig and trying to recreate that experience that was, so incredible. And the closest I got was the 2011 Ferrari Challenge for rFactor 2. But I mean, that's a race car, and it didn't corner nearly the same as what I had just experienced. So I kept searching and kind of kept it fresh on my mind, and it wasn't there until I found the Lamborghini Murcielago and then the Ferrari 458 that you're going to see. You're going to see both of those in this video, and I just think it's a really it's the most authentic experience I've had in recreating what I drive every day, and also more especially that Ferrari track day that I was fortunate enough to be a part of. So again, it's not a popular thing, but I hope to see more rFactor 2 road cars. But for now, I'm going to showcase 5 of the best. We're going to be taking them out to the Bridgehampton circuit from New York. Enjoy the laps, guys, and I will provide download links for everything in the description. Thank you for watching. Enjoy the laps. Alright guys, so here we are about to begin our lap at Bridgehampton in the NSX, the Honda NSX. It was known in North America as the Acura NSX. This car was made, I don't want to say famous, but sort of made immortal by that amazing video of Ayrton Senna just driving the wheels off this thing. I don't know what track it was. Whoops. Speaking of driving the wheels off, just put the wheels off track. And he took this thing out, and he was basically wearing house slippers and just did an amazing job of driving. Of course, you would expect nothing less than that from the great one, but just an amazing show of driving. If you get a chance to check out that video, I highly recommend it. And anyway, we have this car for rFactor 2. And it is awesome. It's a midship, not a whole ton of horsepower. This isn't blow your hair back type speeds. We'll get into that a little bit later with some of the modern supercars, but this one just relies heavily on just really tight driving physics. You can see a little bit of counter steer there that I'm having to do as this thing oversteers. It doesn't take much to put the back end around, but it's with the physics and force feedback the way they are here in rFactor 2, you can really just take advantage of that. You can feel everything through the wheel, get the car pointed the way you want, get back on that accelerator, and yeah, it's just a really awesome feeling car. And that is going to do it for this lap pretty much. We'll see what our time is here. A 150.588 for the Honda NSX. Very cool car. As I say, it's not gonna blow your mind with its power, but just such a nice driving car here in rFactor 2. Let's move on to the next. And next up, guys, we are on board the Chevrolet Corvette C6. So you can see it's got a lot more in the way of straight line speed. We're pushing almost the 240 there on the front straight here at Bridgehampton. This car, of course, front engine, rear wheel drive. So totally different set of handling characteristics than the NSX. I would say it corrects itself better. It's perhaps not quite as challenging as well, so if you find the NSX is a bit much for you, you might want to give this one a try. The power band is just insane in this thing. Like, I'm leaving it in third gear where it had to be in second in the NSX. And it can power its way out of trouble. Whoops, a little wide there. Got it back on track. And again, that straight line speed is just blistering up to 200 kilometers an hour here. very, very good car here. Very nice car. As I say, I think the NSX is probably a little bit more exciting. But that's not to say this one is without its joy. Very cool to have a front engine rear wheel drive car that handles this nice. As you'll see as we go through this list, it's a rare thing to find a front engine rear wheel drive road car for rFactor 2. We're trying to beat that 150 and I think we're going to smoke it. This thing's a whole lot faster. 142. Alright, very cool here with the Corvette. A lot more power, a lot more straight line speed, but perhaps not as challenging, maybe not as exciting as the NSX, but very cool either way. Let's jump into number 3. And next up, guys, the Ferrari 458 Italia. So, as I mentioned off the top, this is one of the ones that has really got me into the road cars here in rFactor 2. And you can see what a difference what a decade of development makes. This is dwarfing the C6 in terms of performance. Handling characteristics are totally different. We are paddle shifting as well now. You see how nicely it left that last corner. Track out much easier in the 458 Italia. You can kind of hear the grunting in my voice. They've turned the force feedback in this car way, way up. Does give a bit more immersion, does give you a sense of a fight though. But if you're really going for speed, I'd recommend turning this down. That was probably a 4th gear corner in retrospect. See how planted this car looks by comparison. Really, really nice to drive. Excellent immersive road car experience. And just so fast. What is our time? 1:34.1. It's going to be tough for the Lambo to beat that. Really fantastic, this 458 Italia. Just an awesome, immersive driving experience. Alright, let's move on to the Lambo. Alright guys, so we have 2 more cars to go. First, this Lamborghini Murcielago. You can see that really, really nutty speed there. And I don't know if I will be able to beat that 134. But I think it should be close. Huge mistake there. Lost a lot of time. You can see just the ridiculous power on track out. This thing definitely feels more hypercar-like than the 458. Or more supercar-like, perhaps is the term. And again, you can see those just tiny corrections through the wheel. Help you get around the corner. Off into the gravel just a little bit. Where are we at here? 111. Just 2 more corners to go. Just power slide around the final corner. Going for that 134. Easily 128.899. Whoa, now that's a car. You guys know I've loved this car for a while. I put it on my best of 2018 list, and this track really brings that out. So the Murcielago, a 128. I did not, think I would be able to break 130 in this car, and I'm sure there's a lot more with tuning and practice. Alright, on to the final car. Alright guys, so here we are on board the FXX K EVO. The one I'm sure most of you came here to see as we scream past 300 kilometers an hour in this monster of a car. If you're wondering, that 132 lap time at the bottom of your screen that's been registered, that was my outlap. Now it's time to push. This thing is absolutely ferocious. Doesn't feel at all numb or anything like that. You're not wanting for input information. I know I'm harping on this, guys, but rFactor 2 just so great at delivering information through the wheel. It makes cars like this totally drivable. While at the same time being off the charts fast. Let's see where we're at compared to that 128. 119.937. Absolutely furious car. Oh my goodness. That is so wild. That is so wild. All right, let's wrap it up here, guys. Such a fantastic car. The experience of rFactor 2 road cars is just phenomenal. I mean, you can't say that I have any experience, of course, with the FXX K EVO or anything like that, but it's just a really great experience, and to me feels closer to like what it would be in real life should one of us ever get the chance to drive something like this. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If there's any road cars that I've missed, please let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.